The Warthunder guys and partners just got access to test drive the XF5U in the live servers. So here's my review of the aircraft. First up, in a dive, I could get this vehicle to a top speed of about 800 kilometers per hour, which is absolutely insane for a 5.3, but for a majority of the match, you will be spending it at about 300 kilometers per hour or less. And this is due to the construction of the aircraft, because as soon as you start turning, you lose all of your speed. The thing you have to keep in mind with the XF5U is that if you're slow, you're basically doomed. On the bright side, your engines are quite powerful, so you can get up the speed decently fast. So since there's so many issues for its speed, I'm gonna give it like a 5 out of 10. The agility of the Pancake is somewhat similar to what you see on the Drakens. You have about 1 or 2 turns until you bleed all of your energy and you can no longer turn. But for the first 2 turns, this thing is an absolute demon. But what makes the Pancake really good agility wise is that you have really good low speed control. So therefore, I'm gonna give the Pancake an agility score of a 6 out of 10. As for its offense, you do get access to 650 cals with 2,400 max rounds. And these are all centerline, making it super easy to aim. And while you do have a really good volume of fire, they can be kind of a pea shooter sometimes. So I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 for offense, just because I wish it hit harder. Since the Pancake is placed at 5.3, it doesn't have any access to countermeasures or anything like that, so its defense score is going to get eliminated. As for close air support ability, you do get access to 500 pound and 1,000 pound bombs, and they are separately dropped. Now you don't have any sights to help you with this, so you do have to blind drop them, but these are good options overall, but there are definitely better options in the tech tree. So for CAS, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Now as for the features, it really boils down to how this vehicle was made. It's a giant flying circle, so you essentially have no stall speeds, and you can basically fly vertically. So this does give you access to the forbidden climb technique that you see me doing right now in the clip. And this gives the flying Pancake a unique advantage in stall fights because you can indefinitely stall. Plus, this construction allows you to have really good low speed control that was mentioned previously. So for its features, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Moving on over to durability, the XF5U is probably the most durable aircraft in the game. It takes so many shots to take this aircraft down unless they hit your engines or your pilot. And this is definitely lore accurate because in real life it took a wrecking ball to destroy it. So I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 for durability too. Moving on over to difficulty, this vehicle isn't that difficult to play because you only really have to manage your speed. Everything else about this vehicle is highly forgiving. And when you play this vehicle, you basically only want to do energy fights and stall fights, because as soon as you enter those turn fights, you're basically doomed. So with 10 being the easiest, I'm gonna give this vehicle a 7 out of 10. Moving on over to the fun value, this vehicle is extremely fun just because it is so utterly goofy. And plus it's really funny just doing the stall fight tactics and just making people really confused flying a circle around. But overall, while playing this vehicle, I did have a lot of fun, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. And finally, the worth value, the XF5U is a 5.3 premium that you could get through playing the event. Meaning this is a great option if you want to spend a little bit of time and if you want to start the American Air Tree. And overall, it is a pretty good vehicle and it's super fun to have. So I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 for its worth value. This gives the XF5U an overall score of a 66 out of 90, and when standardized makes it a 73 out of 100.